For the last couple of months, I had built hundreds of n8n agents, and in my YouTube channel, I had uploaded almost 40 plus videos only on n8n agents, and some of the agents were super hard to build and super complex. In this video, I'll show you 5 most effective and simplest agents that you can build by yourself even if you're a complete beginner. So at first you have to come to n8n, and I've given the link on the description, so go and sign up there if you didn't sign up yet, and then you will get a 14 days free trial with a 1000 execution limit. And for yourself, just to show you, I had created a new account, and then you have to just go with create workflow to start everything from the beginning. As you can see, our new workflow is been creating and it's created, and in this place we can actually build our first agent. And for us, the first agent is a email summary agent. Whenever someone sends us an email, instead of going to the email inbox and checking that what type of email is it and what they send it, we'll actually make an agent, and this agent will make a summary on that email and send us directly, so that it will save us our time and also our effort. So to do that, first of all, we're adding here our Telegram, because we have to communicate with our agent through a medium, and we are just searching here Telegram, and you can see there's a Telegram in here, and I just go and click that, and from here I just go with on message, and in here you can see a trigger note, and it actually means that when a message will come, it will be activated for on message. So I just go with on message, and as you can see, it's added. But in here we have to right now add our credentials. How we can do that? So in here you have to just go with this and go with create new credential, and right now you have to give the access token. And to find the access token is very easy. To do that, you have to go to your Telegram, and you can see that's my Telegram is, and go in the search bar and search your bot furthers, because right now we have to create a bot in here. Then just go with bot further. You can see that's actually the blue tick, it's mean actually that's authentic, yeah. And then it says that if you want to just create a bot or kind of like do something, go with start, and we're just going to start, okay. And then you can see that there are like bunch of things we can do, but in this case we have to create a new bot at the first, and it says new bot to create a new bot. So just go with new bot, and you can see that it says all right, a new bot, how are you gonna call it? So in this case, just give a name. I just go with my agent. Yep, it's good. Then I just go with send, and it says good. Now let's choose a username. Remember that username have to be unique, and the username have to be end with a bot. As you can see, it says it must end in bot or just bot. So I just go with a something like this, my agent, and just giving a number 78 bot. And let me just go with send, and if it's available, it says done, and if it's not available, kind of this thing, it will says this name is not available, go with a new name, kind of like this. And make sure your name actually goes with this formula, and also they actually given a example in this case, Tetris/bot. You can actually use in here any kind of number, okay. And it says done, congratulations, your new bot has been created. You will find it in this place, and here's your access token, okay. So at first, let me go to my agent, or let me go to my bot. I just click here, and you can see that's my agent or my bot. And to start that, I have to go with start, and then you can see that my bot has been activated. Okay, right now we have to get the access token to add this bot to our n8n. So I just came here again, and you can see use this token to access the HTTP API. I just kind of like click that. As you can see, it's copied, and just came here again and just give this thing in here and go with save, and yep, it's actually added successfully. And yeah, you can see that connection tested successfully, and then I just got no thanks. Okay, so right now I'll check that is it get the message or not. So I will just go with execute step, so you can see that it actually listen for the execution or listen for the message. And I'll just came here again, and I'll just go to my agent again, and I'll just give a message like hey, and you can see that this actually get the message. Yeah, in front of you, you can see that that's actually the message, and it says node executed successfully, and here's the message with it says hey, and from here we have to just do everything. Okay, we actually just go with the AI agent in this case, and I'll just go with add, and from here we actually go with AI agent. Okay, you can see that's the AI agent. I just go and add this AI agent, and from here you can see that that's actually the inside of the AI agent, and we'll actually just give all the instructions what this AI agent have to do and what kind of things have to do, like bunch of things. Okay, so before that I have to kind of like add a new trigger node in here, and to do that I actually just kind of like add our Gmail, because this will be actually a Gmail summary node, so it's not related with the Telegram. The Telegram will be used to communicate with this agent, but we'll use Gmail to actually get all kind of Gmails and to actually, you know, make the summary. And we actually just go with kind of add node again, and from here we just go with Gmail, just go with the Gmail. Okay, and you can see all the actions, all the available actions. There are like bunch of actions you can do, but we actually need a trigger node, and we actually just go with the trigger. And in this case, at the last, actually it's behind my video, it says on message received, and with kind of a trigger icon. Okay, that's the thing, and you can see it's added. And right now we have to add our Gmail trigger to our n8n, and it's very easy. Just go with create credential and just go with create new credential, and then you have to go with sign in Google. It's not complex like the Telegram, it's very easy. Just go with, you know, give access, give the permission, kind of this thing, and make sure to just add this I want, and then just go with continue, and soon it will be added to our n8n. And yeah, it's added, it says success. Okay, that's fine. And right now what I will do is kind of add this also to our AI agent. So as you can see, it's added. So right now we have to check our Gmail trigger node. It's very easy. Just come here again, and in this case make sure the event is message received, and I'll just go with fetch test event. Okay, so what's gonna happen, it will actually come with the latest or the last message I received. If I just go with fetch test event, and soon you will see this is the thing, and it says you allowed n8n cloud access some of your Google account. And if I just go with kind of to my Gmail, and you'll be see this exact message. Yeah, as you can see, this is the exact message, which is the last message from Google, because actually given the permission to n8n, and just for the alert, security alert, it actually given me this message. So that's why it actually came in with this message. Isn't it crazy? And you can see that like there are a bunch of informations. It has also given us the firm, it's mean the sender email address, and also it giving my email address in here, the two, and kind of name, ID, all the bunch of stuff. Okay, right now we actually just feed this to our AI agent in this case, and I just came here and I'll just go with define below, and in this place I'll just go and kind of add our Gmail trigger in as like a snippet. Okay, and as you can see, I just given the body of the email in this place. Okay, that's fine. Then I'll just go with add option, and then I'll go with a system message. And right now in the system message, I will actually say the thing that what it have to do, and in this case I will say you are a Gmail summarizer. When you will get a Gmail, summarize that for me. And you can see that that's the thing. And if I show you, that's all the things you are Gmail summarizer. When you will get Gmail, summarize that for me. You know, it's very easy, very simple. I didn't just, you know, add multiple things in here, so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so yeah, let's go and do the work. But before that, it's showing that it's kind of a red mark, and it's the main problem is we didn't add the chat model yet. And in this case, you can understand that what will be the chat model. There are a bunch of chat models in here. You can think about OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, DeepSeek, Olama. There are like hundreds, thousands of chat models, isn't it? But in this case, we're using the most famous one and the most popular, by the way. This is ChatGPT, in this case like OpenAI. And if I just go with chat model, and from here you can see all the available chat models in here, and we actually just go with OpenAI, and you can see the OpenAI chat model, and I'll just go and kind of like put this in here. And right now we have to connect this with the credential, and it's very easy. Just go with create new credential, and right now you have to give the API key. That's all it is. You don't need the organization ID, by the way, it's optional. Okay, so how you can actually get the API key? To do that, you have to go to your Google, and then just search here OpenAI API key, kind of like this thing, and when you just search that, you'll actually just come with this thing which is called openai.com API keys, and just go with that. You have to just kind of like, you know, log in with your ChatGPT account, and just go with login, and it will just ask me kind of like my ChatGPT account, kind of like this, and in this case I'm just go with continue with Google. Yeah, as you can see, we actually kind of logged in the OpenAI developer portal, and from here at the first we have to go with create a new secret key or kind of this thing, and to do that it's very easy. Go with create new secret key, and in here you have to give a name. I just go with test1, and the project you can actually just go with default project. If you made any project, go with that, but most of the case it will be default. Permission, go with all, and just go with create secret key, and soon a secret key or just the API key will be created. And I'll just go and copy that. As you can see, our secret key is created, and then we have to put this in here. Okay, and right now if I just go with save, as you can see, our OpenAI has been added to n8n successfully. And if I just go to n8n again, by the way, I can use OpenAI on my n8n completely for free. I have to, you know, input balance in here, so you have to just go with users. So as you can see that my account is new, it's kind of like $0, and you have to just, you know, kind of like give at least kind of $5 to just use that. And how you can actually do that, just go to your account, kind of like your profile, and from here you can actually get these things which is called the billing, and in here just, you know, kind of like add a payment method and just, you know, give some money so that like you can actually use that. And then after that you can see that it's added, and right now we have to choose a model. So from here you can actually use bunch of models, but if you want to just go with the best model, just go with GPT 4.1 mini. Okay, so that's actually the latest model for OpenAI, kind of like this thing. Okay, so as you can see that it's added, and right now I want to say something like a little bit trick to you guys, so that like you can actually use the AI model for free. Okay, so in this case you can say like to use OpenAI you need balance, or you have to just, you know, spend money. But whatever, if you want to do that for free, you want to just, you know, use AI model completely for free, in this case we'll use Gemini. Okay, so I'm just kind of like, you know, deactivated thing, and just kind of like, okay, put this thing in here, and we'll use Gemini in this case, which is very easy. Just go with Gemini, because Gemini give you free accesses. Okay, just go with Google Gemini, and in this case you have to just go with new credential, and how you can actually get the API key. In this case you have to just go here and kind of like search for Google AI Studio. Okay, and then go with this and go with Google AI Studio. It's kind of like loading, and just go with create API key, and in here you can just find a create API key at the first, and just go with this, and just, you know, choose a project. Like that's the project I just built it. It's easy, just, you know, create a new project, kind of like this thing. If you don't have a project, they will just save that, just create a project. Okay, then go with copy. That's it, that's my API key is. I'll just come here again, and in here I'll just give that. Okay, that's it. If I just go with save, my Gemini account has been added successfully. And yeah, like that's how I can actually just use the latest versions of the Gemini. If I just kind of like search for 2.5, which is the latest version of the Gemini, and you can see that right now it's July 2025, and it's released in June 2025, and that's the latest version of the Gemini. Okay, so that's the thing, and I'm actually just, you know, kind of like using this for free. Okay, let me just kind of like use that right now, because as you can see I actually given the system message and also added my AI model. So I just go with execute step, and you can see that it actually executing. And if I just go in the output section, I'll be see this is email, is kind of like security notification from Google, kind of like this thing they are said. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see that we actually added our AI models. So right now we have to add something else so that actually we can get the output. And in this case, as I said, we're actually using Telegram for that, so we have to use Telegram. You can actually use something else, Slack or just Google Sheet, anything what you like, but in this case I'm just using Telegram, so I just go with Telegram. And in this case you can see that like there's a Telegram, and you can see there are like bunch of actions in here, but we need to send a text message, so that we're actually going with send a text message. That's all it is. Okay, so right now as you can see the first thing is the credential, so we actually added that already, so we don't have to do that. So that's why the first we actually added the Telegram trigger, so that we can actually add everything in this case. Okay, and then the resource will be message operation, make sure it's send message. So right now we need the chat ID and also the text. So how can actually get that? It's very easy. Just make sure just you actually just give kind of like anything. Right now I just give these things, okay, just very normal things. So I have to just give this thing a little bit later. I have to find out, by the way. And I just came here again and make sure the execute workflow is Telegram selected, and I just came here to find out the chat ID. Okay, so I just go with execute step. So as you can see, it's listening. I just came here and kind of like send a message, hey. Okay, so that I can actually get the chat ID in this case. And here you can see inside the chat there's a chat ID. Okay, make sure you actually copy the thing. It's copied, and then came here, send text message, and in the place of chat ID actually delete that and just give this thing. Make sure there's no space, kind of like this, so that it will just work perfectly. So then we have to just give the text. Like, what will be the text? Obviously the text will be the summarization of the Gmail. Okay, so how you can actually get that? And in this case I kind of like delete this thing that's deleted, and kind of like deactivate the thing because I don't need this thing. And in here we have to just give a Gmail trigger. So it's very easy, just kind of like we have to fetch that again. And in this case I actually already sent it a mail from my other mail, which is actually this one. Has said they're working, how's business going, last month I made like 10k from Amazon Pro selling, kind of this thing. I just sent it that right now so that actually I can use this thing. Okay, so I just go with like fetch test event. So it will actually just came with this thing. You can see that there's the thing in here. And if I just go with kind of like AI agent, if I just go to execute step, yeah, that's the thing, that's actually the summarization. Okay, that's fine. And then if I just go with the last step, which is the send text message, and in here I have to just give the text in here in the place of output. I just go with this thing. That's all it is. And if I just go with execute step, and you can see that actually get the message in here. I said here's a summary of the email, and the summary is Jamil is asking to Rakin to you about his business progress, and share that he made nearly 10,000 last month by selling Amazon products. Okay, that's fine. It's actually saying that Jamil is asking Rakin instead of saying Jamil is asking to you, because I didn't define that my name is Rakin. Okay, by the way, there's another problem, but you see that this message has been sent by using automatically n8n. This thing is scamming. So how you can actually remove that? It's very easy. Just came here, the last note, send text message, go with add field and open n8n attribution. Okay, and make sure it's turned off, and right now it will not just send any kind of thing. If I just go with again, execute the step, you can see that right now it's not showing the message, and that's just looking well and kind of like a perfect. Okay, so yeah, as I said that like it actually is saying that Jamil asking Rakin instead of saying Jamil asking you, because I didn't define that my name is Rakin. So in this case, if I just say that remember that my name is Rakin, and that will be fine. That's it. What I'm saying, it's a kind of a knowledge based system, like how it will be work, how much you will give, that much it will know, and on that much it will work. And if I just go with execute step right now, you can see right now the summarization will be different. It says what? Use business and his Amazon. Okay, Jamil is asking you Rakin. Did you got that? Okay, what I'm saying. And I kind of like delete this thing because I didn't need that. Okay, there's a thing in here. I just kind of like made it beautiful. Okay, we just go with kind of this, that was just perfect. I just go with save, and also I just kind of like rename that email summarizer agent. Okay, that's it, fine. And in here you can see there's an inactive button, and if I just kind of like click that, it will be activated. And right now I don't just go with here every time and just go with execute workflow. Even if it's not in here, it's actually activated on my cloud. So if it's activated, it's mean it will work 24/7. There's no sleep. AI agent is actually just kind of like using the cloud version, actually just working for yourself. Okay, even you're sleeping, even you're not in your mobile phone, even you're offline, whatever it is, it will work. Okay, and if I just kind of like go with a new test, and from here I actually just sending a new mail, and in this case I just go with a very simple message, and in the recipient I'm just going with to the mail that I'm just using. In this case, this is the thing. And if I just go with send, and soon you will actually see a summarization message. Whenever actually like this, anyone, any kind of message sent to this mail, I will actually give a summarization. And I have to just wait a little bit. Now as you can see that I actually got a message from here, and it just takes some time, like 2 minutes kind of this thing, because we're actually using the Gemini, and this AI model is a little bit slow, because if you use OpenAI instead of Gemini, that will be just super powerful and also super fast. Because if you know about the parameters, the OpenAI has tons of parameters, kind of like more than trillion parameters, but the Gemini has very less parameters than OpenAI. so that like if you want first replies, if you want just first things, very good things, kind of like very good outputs, I will refer you to just use OpenAI, no fighting. Okay, so in there it says here the summary of your mail, send a Jamil. It's actually tomorrow's plan, a subject, and it says Jamil will be Kumilla town hall tomorrow with Oppo. He wants you, Rakin, to bring you a cycle so you can actually go with cycling near the Gumti river. That's fine, isn't it? Okay, so every time when I just get a mail, it will be on my Telegram. I don't have to just go to my my email and just check the inboxes again and again every time. Just kind of, it's actually a time consuming thing, a problematic thing for everyone, isn't it? So right now it actually set it, which is our time summarizer agent. So yeah, as you saw that we actually just created our first agent, which is a email summarizer agent, and right now we'll actually go to the next agent, which will be a email reply agent, and this agent will actually reply to our all emails. Okay, so to do that, again I'm just going with a new create workflow, and from here we have to just go with the first node, and I'm just going the plus, and from here I just go with the Gmail. Okay, because we actually using the Gmail at the first as a trigger node, and we just in here you can see that the first trigger, which will be the on message received, it's mean when a message will be received, it will be activated. Okay, so you can see that there's all the things in here, and I kind of like go with the fetch test event so that I can actually get the last message, by the way. And in this case I have to just kind of like send a message. I just go with compose, and in here I actually just kind of like send a message to myself from an another account, kind of like go and select my agent email address. So you can see that it said, hey Rakin, I'll be tomorrow at Kumilla town hall with Oppo. Make sure that you bring your cycle cause we will cycling at the near Gumti river. Okay, just space trigger Jamil, whatever it is. I just go with send. Yeah, just I just send this message to my AI agent so that I can actually use that to give a reply. Okay, so yeah, there's a thing, and I just came to my AI agent again. I just go with fetch test event. So right now you can see that it will actually get the message that I just received. If I just go with fetch event, yeah, you can see that, hey Rakin, I'll be tomorrow at town hall Kumilla. Okay, whatever it is, it's just getting the thing. Okay, right now we have to use a filter after that, instead of just giving this to our AI agent and just making a reply, because you can see that there's something which is very important, which is the ID. You can see that the ID is showing in box, and why I'm actually want to do that, why I'm not just adding filter. If the ID is sent, in some cases it means you are actually sending your own messages. For example, someone sent a message to you and you actually replied to that message, and when you actually reply to that person message, that actually is sent, S-E-N-T, and when the person will send you a message, that will be invox, I-N-V-O-X. So in this case you can think about that. If your own message is getting replied by this AI agent, it means you actually sending two replies. One reply from you, and also the AI agent is actually sending replies. And when the AI agent is sending replies, it again reading that message again, and again it actually sending replies, and it's actually becoming an infinity loop. So that we have to use a inbox in here, so that it will only read the messages, those will only come to our inbox, not goes from our inbox. Okay, because like the Gmail trigger works in this way, so that's why we have to use a filter in here. And I'll just go with filter. Here you can see like there are lots of things we can use, filter and also a if node, but in here we're actually using the filter. That would be good. Okay, in this filter I just there's the condition, and in the condition I just kind of like give this ID. Okay, the first one, level 0, I just go with ID and kind of like give this thing. Okay, and make sure that like the which ID is containing inbox, and then I just kind of like copy inbox name, copy, and put this in here. That's it. So right now there will be no infinity loop, or there will be no kind of like errors. Okay, and if I kind of like go with execute step, that's the thing, it's just going on. Okay, yeah, and right now we actually feed this data to a AI agent, and basically if you just go with AI, you can actually find there are lots of AI agents, but you're actually using the same AI agent that you used previously. This was the one, and yeah, just click that and you can see there's the AI agent, and in this case it's actually showing a red mark. And remember that if it shows red mark, it means there's an error. If it shows kind of like a green mark, it's perfect. Yeah, and in here we have to just choose that from define below, and in the below section I have to give the message that we're actually getting from the Gmail. But instead of giving directly from the Gmail, we're not actually doing that. we actually used a filter, so we'll use everything from the filter. Yeah, and from the filter you can see that there's the snippet, and I just go and just feed this snippet to our AI agent, and in here you can see that the snippet actually containing the message, okay, the message body, by the way, and that's the most important thing in this case. And then I will actually just go with add option, and in this case I have to give a system message, obviously, because like I have to say the agent that what you have to do. I'm giving a very simple system message. I'll go with you are a Gmail replier for me, and I just give my name, and my name is Rakin. That's it. In here you can actually give tons of data. So remember that how much knowledge you will give to this system message, that will work that much perfectly. Remember that. And otherwise, like, it will actually just kind of like work with the knowledge base of the AI model instead of using your own knowledge. And you can see that, like, that's the thing, that's the system message, perfectly fine. And right now you can see that it's actually showing a red mark, kind of this. It's actually showing that because we didn't add a chat model yet, so I have to just go and add a chat model. And previously I showed you that how you can actually get the Gemini, and how you can actually get a free model, by the way, to use. So that, like, in this case also we're using the Gemini. I just kind of go with Gemini. Yeah, that's the thing. And make sure you actually go with this thing, chat model Google Gemini, because there's another thing which is called the Vertex AI of the Gemini. Okay, and in this section you can see that I actually added the Gemini already. And in the model section, make sure you actually use the 2.5 flash, because if you see closely, it's released in June 2025, and right now it's July, so you can understand that how recent the model really is. Okay, so I just go with this, and kind of like I just go with a executions. So right now you can see a email reply will become here, and here you can see the reply is absolutely good. If I just go with the JSON format, that's the thing, it's subject, and kind of like the reply, Jamil sounds like a fantastic plan, got it, I'll definitely build it more Kumila town hall with my cycle, looking forward to cycling by the Gumti river with you and Oppo. By the way, just I like this thing, and like every day I just go there, try to just go there, just riverside. Okay, do something like it's actually just be good for you. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. And actually getting the response. So right now I have to give the response or the reply to where? To the Gmail. So like I actually send the reply to that person, or to, in this case, to Jamil. And I just go and kind of like add this thing, and in here again I'm just going Gmail, because we are using Gmail to send the reply. And in here we have to select the action in here. Okay, so you can see like the bunch of actions. You can actually go with reply to message. If you choose reply to message, it will actually send as a reply. And if you actually go with send a message, there will be actually send a message. Yeah, this will actually go as a new message, as a new email, not as a reply. So in this case, to make this thing perfect, we're actually just going with a reply to message. Okay, that's the thing, guys. And in here, as you can see, our credentials already set it, because we already added this thing. And resource will be message, operation will be reply, and the message ID, you can actually find that from the filter. Make sure you actually add everything from the filter, not the Gmail trigger. If you actually do that, I already said that will be an infinity loop. So the message ID in this place, I will just go with the from the filter, and just kind of like add this ID in here. Perfect. Okay, and then the email type. Okay, so the email type, make sure it will be text, not HTML, because like if you know about like /n, which is actually mean new line, the HTML doesn't work with that. If you just go with text, it will actually work with that. It can understand that what the new line is. It can understand the /n, kind of this thing. And in here the message. Okay, there's a problem with it. You can see that the message is containing also a subject. Okay, so directly we can actually give this thing in here, because if I just show you the expression, it actually says what? Subject, kind of this thing. But in the message body, there will be no subject, isn't it? The subject will be in another field. So how can I do that? In this place, we have to add a information extractor, or kind of like something that removes the subject from that. So I'm just going kind of add, and in here just go with information extractor. Okay, you can see that the information extractor, also you can find that from AI. If you just go with this thing, and this is all of the actions of AI. You can actually do a bunch of things with AI, by the way. n8n is super good, by the way. Thanks to n8n to just make this thing super good, and they actually just making more updates, by the way. Okay, with time. And information extra, go with that. Okay, what's gonna happen that it can actually extract any kind of information based on our need. Okay, so in this case I'll just go with text. In the text I'll actually give the output from the AI agent, And what I said that I want to remove the subject, yeah, every time from the message. So you can actually say that like, why not actually using the AI agent directly, and actually you say that in the system message that not give the subject. Okay, the problem is here that I'm using the Gemini, and the Gemini doesn't work well with these things. Even if I say don't add the subject, it will just add the subject, so that it will be literally just great problem for me. So that's why we have to just go with this, yeah, information extractor. Okay, and in this case I'll just go with add attribute, and in this case I'll just go with male body only. And in this case I have to give the description, what will it contain. I'll just go with only the male body, no subject. Or just I can just go with without the subject, you know. Okay, that one is perfect. We just go with without the subject, and then I'm just go with execute step, and you can actually get this thing. Okay, by the way, it says a model subnet must be added. I didn't actually add the AI model in here. Okay, actually you can actually add this AI model directly in here. Just kind of like go and Control D, and just, you know, you can actually duplicate this thing and add here. And also you can actually just, you know, kind of like drag this thing and add this thing in here. I prefer this, use this, you know, use this style that actually looks good, and it's also kind of like, you know, not messy, looks perfect. And then if I just go with execute step, right now you can see the output. If I just go with the output, here's guys, that's not the subject, you know, and that's perfect, because in the reply we can't actually give the subject. But if it will be a message, send a message, then we can actually add the subject. Okay, in this case. And then we have to, you know, in the message again, I'm just scamming, and I have to delete this thing because I have to give the message from the information extractor, and I have to give only the main body. And if I just go with this thing right now, okay, and if I just go with expression, you can see right now there's no subject is showing, and that's absolutely perfect. And that's how my friend or just Jamil, he will get the message. And if I just go with execute step, and you can see it's executing the node, kind of this thing. And if I just kind of like open Jamil email, like in this case mine, for the testing I just, you know, acting as like me Jamil, and let me just kind of like, you know, renew the thing or just refresh the thing so I can get the last message. Okay, there's a message in here. And yeah, it says, hi Jamil, sounds like a fantastic plan, got it, I'll definitely be there tomorrow at Kumilla Town Hall, my cycle, whatever it is. Like, okay, that's fine. And yeah, this is the agent. So how can you actually make that 24/7 works for you? It's fine, just very easy. Just go with save, and I actually just give a name at the first. I'll just go with email replier for myself, email replier agent, that's it. And even when it's sleeping, it will just work. That's it. There's no kind of like human work needed in this place. If I just go with active, that's all it is. This AI agent right now active, and it actually using the cloud, you know, the n8n cloud, so that it don't need any kind of power or internet kind of this thing. It doesn't need, even you are offline, whatever you are, believe me, even if you are offline, it will just work for yourself. Isn't it like perfect? Like AI agent is making literally everything so much easy for us. You know, I think like in future, like AI agent actually do everything. You know, AI agent just talk for me, and also for the person who is talking with, that will be AI agent. So basically everything will just done by the AI agent. It's kind of scary, and also it's good, but I think that's scary much. Okay, I'm not just going this side, that's the thing. Okay, let me just check for the last time. I just go and kind of send a message again to this AI agent, or just to me, because like the person doesn't know that I'm using AI agent, isn't it? Okay, that's the email address, and in here I'm just, you know, kind of like sending this mail. I actually just made this thing already, so that isn't, you know, like waste your time. And yeah, that's the thing. I just kind of like go with triggers. Okay, that's it. It says, hey Rakin, loved your videos, I appreciate it, let's stay in touch and explore how we can work together. You know, just kind of like from Smith, he actually just sent a message to me, and if we send a message in less than a minute, he actually just get a reply from me, and he doesn't know that AI agent actually working for myself. And yeah, even I don't know, like someone actually sent a message to me, isn't it? Okay, if I just kind of like refresh the thing. Okay, so as you can see that guys, it's actually here, and in this case it says, thank you so much, incredibly kind words, and it truly means kind of a lot. I'm genuinely excited about the prospect of collaboration. I would like to just really keen to hear more about your thoughts on how we meet, work together, and looking forward to stay in touch soon. And this thing, guess what, it actually sent from the AI agent. Even like if this guy is Smith, like in this case, in this scenario, his name is Smith, he doesn't know that actually sent it from AI agent. So just whoever just watching this video, and if you actually make this thing for yourself, just think about that, how much ahead you will be in this time of the AI agent. Super good, yeah, super good, isn't it? And As I said, like it actually take like 1 minute kind of this thing. Okay, so guys, we actually made our email reply agent and everything is fine. I just kind of like came out from that. This is our 2 agent, so we'll have to just go to the next agent, which will be our lead follow-up agent. And we just go with kind of like create workflow, just go to our the third agent. Okay, so the lead follow-up agent will be like very simple. And what can it do? For example, if you have a e-commerce brand or kind of this thing, or just you are just selling products online, and whenever a person will actually kind of like want to buy something or just order something for your website, from your website, or just kind of like if you use a Google form, very basic, or just kind of like message you kind of this thing, a automatic email, a confirmation email will just send to that person that you actually confirm about this product that much kind of this thing, and your product will be shifted in this place between these days, kind of this thing, and this agent will do that. So at the first we have to go with at first, and in this case I'm going with Google Sheet, because we are here using Google Sheet to actually get all of the customer data. So whenever a customer data will be added, this AI agent will start working. So just go with Google Sheet and go with on row edit. It means whenever a new information will be added, as like in the rows, this agent will start working. I'll just go with on row edit, and before that I have to like do something. Let me show you that what I did. In this case, you can see that I actually made a order form, very basic, and this is the thing actually. Actually just made that order request, and this is actually which product they want to purchase, and they have to just give their name. The customer have to also give their email address, and also they have to just give their address. Okay, if I just go with publish, before that I have to just kind of like link to a sheet, and I guess you know that like how I have to do, and just go with create. So as you can see that a new sheet has been created, kind of this thing, and I cannot go and publish that. Okay, and I have to just kind of like get this link and open this in here. So make sure that I'm just making a scenario, kind of this thing, my customer is using this to buy something from me. Okay, just I'm actually acting myself right now as a customer, and in here like I have to just choose a product, what product I want to just buy. I just go with Samsung 980, name I just go with Rockin, and the email address, and then I have to give the address. Yeah, that's it, and that's all the things. I actually given the address, email, and also the name, and the product I want to just buy. At the last it says the payment method will be cash on delivery, so I have to just give the money, kind of like this thing. Okay, then I just go with submit. So as you know that what's gonna happen, like it will be added in the response section. You can actually see that it will be in this place. You can see that that's how if you ever use the the Google Sheet response sheet, you actually know that that's how it actually works. And there's a thing, the email, your address. Okay, so whatever, just if someone will buy a product or just purchase a product, like that's how a new row will be added in these cases. Okay, so right now we'll actually use these informations to our agent. So in here you can see that that's how Google Sheet trigger, and we have to add this Google Sheet. I just go with create new credential, and in this case I have to go with sign in with Google. As it like the Gmail, I have to just give permission, kind of this thing. So as you can see, it's added and it says account connected. That's fine. And here you can see that every minute, whatever it is, it doesn't matter in here. And the document, you have to just choose the document, by the way. In this case my document is this one, order form responses. So that's the document name, order form responses. Make sure you are selecting the right document. Okay, the sheet is actually the sheet 1. You can see the sheet 1 in here, and I just kind of like select the sheet 1. Okay, from response 1. Okay, that's it. And trigger will be when a row will be added. Okay, that's it, that's fine. If I just go with fetch data, and you can see that it actually get all the data from the customer. If I just show in schema, perfect guys. Okay, the timestamp, and also it's actually showing the purchase and the name, and also the email, and also the address. Okay, that's fine. And right now we'll actually kind of like send this to our AI agent. Okay, you can actually just find that AI, actually go with that, and as like the others, I just go with AI agent, and in this place I just go with define below, and in this prompt section I have to give the informations. And at the first I'll just go with purchase date, because that actually just contain the purchase date. And in this place I'll just go with timestamp, that's with the purchase date obviously. And the second thing will be product name. Okay, the product name, I just go with this thing. Okay, and the next thing is actually customer name. Okay, then just giving the customer name, and the next thing will be address. Okay, in this place I'll just kind of like go with customer address. That will just perfect. Okay, then in this place I'll just give the customer address, dragging and dropping in here. That's it. And you can see that's actually just showing in here. Okay, that's the thing. And in here I have to just add an option, and which will be a system message, and in the system message I have to say the AI agent what you have to do. Okay, I'll just kind of like open expression and just to show you that what I did. So in this case, that's the system message. I say that you are a helpful and professional email assistant for an e-commerce business named PD Products. So that's actually the e-commerce brand name in this case. Then I said your task is to write follow-up emails to customers who placed an order, and then I said what it have to do, how the email should be. At first, thank the customer for the order. Second, confirm the order items. The third would be mention the expected delivery date, which is 5 days after the product purchase date. So yeah, the product purchase date is this one, 19/7/2025. So after the 5 day, it will be the kind of like the expected delivery date. And the fourth will be offer support or help if needed, and also be short, polite and clear. Always use the customer's name if available, and mention specific products names in the order. Use a friendly but professional tone. Okay, so in this case you can actually use about the AI model. You can actually use Gemini. Also you can use OpenAI. So we are just going with add, and in this case I'm just using Gemini. As I said, like we can actually use the Gemini for free, kind of like this thing. We actually just going again 2.5 flash, and that's all it is. Okay, it's actually showing this thing anyway. And then I just kind of like go with execute step. So right now you can see that it actually give a perfect output, which is will be a reply or just a message, a follow-up message. By the way, sorry, I just said reply, a follow-up message for the customer. Okay, then we actually kind of like sending this to our Gmail. But before that, as you show you that has a subject and there's the mail, it's actually kind of like stick together. We have to just kind of like separate the things by using a information extractor. I just kind of like add, and in here I just go with like AI. Okay, no, don't have to just find, and in here I just go with information extractor and kind of like giving text in here, and we actually just go with add attribute, and in this case I'll just go with mail body, and I'll just go with description, the body of the mail without the subject. Okay, and then we actually just adding and attribute. In this case we'll just go with mail subject, and in this case we actually need the mail subject, by the way, because we're actually sending a message, not we're actually sending a reply. Okay, and make sure it will be actually string, and in the description I'll just say that like subject of the mail. Okay, that's it. Fine, I'll just go to the execute step, and you can see that this thing will be separated. By the way, again I forgetly didn't add the AI model in this case. I'll just go and add that. Okay, my mistake, sir. And then I'll just go with again execute step. It will be here dudes. Yeah, it shows this thing in the output has a mail body and has a subject. That's fine. If I show you in the schema, that will be just perfect to see. And then I'm sending this to our Gmail. Then I just go with Gmail, add Gmail in here. Okay, and just go with Gmail and just go with send a message. Make sure you go with send a message, and in here in the to section we have to give the email address of the customer. How you can actually find that? You can actually find that from the Google Sheet, and you can actually see that that's the email of the person or the customer. I just go with this and setting this in the to, and then the subject will be, you can actually find the subject from the information extractor, because we actually use that to separate the subject, mail subject. Make sure just put this in here, and then the mail type, make sure it will be text. As I said, it can actually read the /n, the new line. The message will be the mail body. Perfect, guys. And make sure actually add option if it needed. Just go with append attribution. In this case, turn off that, so that there will be no message kind of like this message is used to send by using n8n, kind of this thing. Okay, so if I just go to execute step, by the way, you can see a new message has been sent to the customers. As I'm a customer, so I just kind of like open my message and kind of like this, and I will actually get a confirmation. Okay, that's the thing. It says from the company, or just kind of this thing, your BD Products order confirmation. Okay, hey, thank you. Just the email confirms your order for this thing, and your order is being proceed, and expected delivery will be this date. If you have any questions, then let me know, kind of like this thing. Thanks again, the BD Products team. Okay, that's fine. And again, I'm just kind of like I'm making that safe and just giving this a name. I just go with lead follow-up agent. That's it, fine. Then I just go with inactive to active. So right now it's activated. It will just work for me, or just work for my e-commerce brand 24/7 without any kind of need. Okay, right now we actually just check that is it directly working or not. Okay, I'm here just kind of like renew the order again. So in this case I don't have to just go to the execute workflow again and just manually do the things. And whenever just kind of like I just go with this thing, and my name in this case I just go with Zakaria, and the email I just go with the same email. Okay, that's it. Then the address. Okay, so that's it. Like the payment method will be the cash on delivery. Okay, just go with submit, and just I have to wait a little bit, and soon I'll just get a confirmation mail. So yeah, in front of you guys actually got the confirmation message. Okay, it says, hey Zakaria, thank you for your receipt and BD products, and we are delighted to confirm your purchase. You have ordered this thing. So let's build our fourth agent, and that will be a info agent, and that will help us to increase our knowledge base. So yeah, I'm on the workflow section, and in here the first I have to just go with a plus, and in here just go with RSS feed. Okay, so when you just go with RSS, you can actually find this thing, RSS feed trigger, and this is actually used to get any kind of website in RSS. And in this case we're actually using a website, so in this case I'm using the TechCrunch, and you can use actually kind of like any website, like so that like it can actually get the information from that website. So what's going to happen, this agent will do is when a new blog will upload it in TechCrunch, it will actually just summarize the whole thing and actually give that to me. That's the thing, and it will be happen automatically in 24/7, even I don't have the internet. Okay, let me show you that what I have to do. By the way, I need the internet to just get the thing, but the agent don't need the internet to work for it. Okay, just in here you can see that the techcrunch.com, that's the website. In here you can actually use the kind of website, kind of this thing. So make sure you just copy the TechCrunch. Okay, this thing, I just go and copy that thing. Okay, and in here only have to just edit the feed URL, and make sure that I have to just kind of like delete this thing, the previous feed URL, just kind of like delete this thing, and I will just paste this thing. So at the last it will just kind of like RSS then slash. Okay, then if you just go with fetch and test event, it will actually come with this data, benchmark AI talks to lead series A for grab tile, kind of this thing. And let me show you that what it actually do. Yeah, if I just show in schema, you can see that that's the latest blog it just came with, and that's actually the title. There's a link of that. We just kind of like go with the link, and you can actually see that that's all the things. I just go with HTTP request. In this case, make sure the method will be get. Okay, and the URL, just put the URL, which is the link, just put this in here. That's fine. Just go with execute step, and you can see a fully HTTP like kind of like data in here. Just go in the JSON. So this is actually the whole HTTP data, which is very big, by the way. So this is actually the whole thing in a HTTP format, and we have to actually convert this to a text file. If I actually directly use this HTTP file and just give to our AI agent actually just have to struggle a little bit, because it actually hard. So that like we actually use a markdown node. I just go with markdown, which is this one, and this type of node is used to convert a text file to HTTP, or to convert HTTP file to a text. Okay, so in the HTTP file, make sure actually just give this thing, which is actually containing the HTTP thing, and just put this thing, and also give the destination key name in here. And in here you can see that the destination name is data, which is data, and it's in here, it's same. Okay, just go with execute step, and it will just take a little bit time. Okay, as you can see, it's actually here. If I show a new schema, that's all the things, and right now it's readable. Yeah, but in this case it's not readable. It's actually showing bunch of things in HTTP format, and right now it's actually in text format. Okay, now we'll actually give this text format to our agent, and it's very simple. Just go with again agent, which is the most beautiful and the most important thing in this place. Okay, AI, then go with AI agent, and in this place I have to just go with define below, because I have to just give this all the things, and make sure actually just put the data from the markdown, not the HTTP request, because the HTTP request is containing the HTTP file. Okay, just go with HTTP, kind of like this. Okay, put this thing in here, and if you just kind of like showing the expression, you can see like how it really looks like. And the AI agent have to just do these all of the things, like it have to just read the things, it have to just make the shot, whatever it is, and then I have to just give the system message that what it have to do. And in the system message I just give this system message. If I just go with expression and make that big, and that's my system message is AI say that you are an info giver for Rakin. To increase his knowledge, you are given the full script content of a website. Your task is to read and analyze all the content, then return a short human-friendly research summary. Focus on clarity and usefulness, include important insights, features or trends. Use simply words and bullet points when needed. add relevant emojis, make the summary more engaging. Okay, then at the last I said do not copy long chunks, make it short, readable and informative, like a cheat sheet for someone who doesn't want to read the full website. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can actually edit this in for yourself, kind of like this thing. And in here I just use my name. You can actually use your name, by the way. Okay, and if I just go with execute step, but before that I didn't add the chat model. Again, I'm just go with chat model. So in this case I can use Gemini, also you can use OpenAI, but I will prefer to use OpenAI because OpenAI is very good on these things. So I'll just use Gemini, by the way. Yeah, it's actually, you know, the model 2.5 flash, and that's it. So I'll actually use the Gemini, and also I'll use the OpenAI so that I can actually show you the differences between the speed and also differences between the output or just the, you know, the result. Okay, so I just go kind of like, you know, go with this thing, execute step, and make sure you actually see this thing. And actually just take a little bit time, by the way. And it actually, I guess, yeah, it's actually in here. It says here's the quick random happening with just kind of like this thing, grab tile. I guess that's its grab tile. Okay, yeah, grab tile. Okay, and it's actually just giving all the informations. Okay, let me just go with like, okay, 300 million series around. Okay, just whatever it is, like it's actually just giving very beautiful way. And also it actually using kind of, you know, symbols, kind of this thing. Okay, that's fine. And also emojis as I requested. Okay, let me just go with kind of like, instead of using Gemini, I will use OpenAI. Okay, so I just go with OpenAI. Okay, that's the OpenAI chat model. I just added this, and you can see actually added this OpenAI already. So I'm just, and in here I'm using GPT 4.1 mini. It's up to you like which one you use. I'm using the latest one because that is perfect and so fast, you know. And if I just go with kind of like this, execute step, you can see that right now it will just work so fast, and also the output will be so much better than the Gemini. I can see that that's the output. It says had a quick summary of the key, and also it actually giving these things. And yeah, it's kind of like better output, by the way. You know, it's kind of like giving these kind of outputs, whatever it is. Okay, just, you know, it's up to you which AI tool you use. In some cases like Gemini will be good, in some cases like OpenAI will be good, whatever. And then just give this output to a place. Like in here I'm just using the medium for like Telegram. In this case you can use other things, like also you can actually use a Google Sheet. It's mean like every day this kind of thing will happen, and your Google Sheet will contain all the data. But in here I'm actually just want to get these things to my Telegram directly. Okay, so I just go with an add, and in here I just go with Telegram, and just go with Telegram, and just in this case I'll just go with a send a text message, because I'll just, you know, send a text message. By the way, all the summaries in here I just go with send a text, and yeah, all the things in here I need the chat ID and the text, and the text will be actually this thing, the output from the AI agent. That's all it is. And I just open the n8n attribution and just kind of turn off that, so that like there will be no text. It said that like this message can be sent by using n8n, okay, whatever. And then I have to give the chat ID. Okay, so to take the chat ID I kind of like, you know, turn off this thing, just kind of like deactivate it, and I need to add my kind of like Telegram again. Okay, just go with Telegram, and I just go with triggers, and from the trigger I'll just go with on messages. Okay, so that like I can only get the chat ID, and in here I just go with execute step, and as you can see it's actually listening. I have to just go to my Telegram and kind of like send the normal message, kind of hey, so that I can actually get the chat ID. Okay, that's the chat ID. You can see that that's one. Make sure you actually save that somewhere, so that like you don't have to just go with this process again and again. Okay, that's the chat ID for myself. I just kind of like remove that because I don't need that right now, and kind of like activate thing again, and in the place I will just give the chat ID. Okay, make sure there's no space. Okay, that's it. And if I just go with execute step, it's again just doing all the processes from the first. Okay, you see that, guys, it's actually working. And yeah, that's the, you know, all the things I just need. I just kind of like open that big. Okay, so okay, there's like informations of mine. Okay, it says had a quick summary of TechCrunch about gap tile, AI started up, and yeah, like all those informations that I just need. So yeah, so in this place I'm actually using this to increase the knowledge on AI. So it would be different in your place. If you want to just, you know, get more knowledges on a different website, on different niche, just, you know, put the URL in this place. Okay, the website URL, obviously. Yeah, that's our agent. And if I just kind of like, you know, activate thing, and yeah, whenever they actually upload something I'll actually get that. That's the thing it is. And in here I just go with a name, which is info agent. Okay, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's perfect. Okay, so let's go with the last agent. It's kind of agent, but it's not a agent. It will be a, image generator tool. Lots of people, you always use a image generator, but you, I guess, don't have the idea how a image generator tool really works like. And you can see on the internet, people making image generator tools. I also made like some image generator tools, and I also show that on my YouTube channel. If you just go to my YouTube channel, just scroll a little bit, you can actually see that there are like many image generator tools, like how you can make that by using n8n and actually just completely as a tool and just sell that as a service, kind of like this thing. Okay, so in this place I'd like to show you that how you can actually make your own image generator tool or own image generator agent, kind of this thing, by using Telegram and OpenAI. Okay, so in this case I'll just go with plus, and I'll just go with Telegram at the first. Okay, it's kind of like the first thing but a little bit different. Okay, the Telegram, and in this case I'll just go with on messages. Okay, and whatever happen, like if a new message I'll just get, it will just work. Okay, that's my Telegram trigger added, and kind of like I'll just go with execute step so that I can actually get the information. I'll just go to execute step, and in this place I actually go with hey, so that I can actually get all the informations what I just really need. Okay, that's the thing. So as you can see, actually getting all the informations, the text and all the stuff. So what I'll do is kind of like we will use a AI agent in this case, so that we can actually classify the prompts and also the text differently. So in this case, if I just go with AI, and in this case we'll just go with text classifier, and in the text we actually give the text from the person or from the user, which is actually we actually find that from the Telegram trigger. And in here we actually add two categories. One would be the image prompt. Okay, you know what I'm saying, a image prompt. And in here just say that like if the user request for a image, and then it will just go with this way. And again I'll just go and add another category. If I say that will be just normal text, kind of like this. If the user doesn't request for an image, kind of like normal chat. Yeah, that's it, that's really fine. And if I just go with like execute step, you can understand that it will actually go with the text category, not as the image prompt, because our last message was hey. Okay, it's showing like the model is not added. I always do that. Okay, for that I'm using the Gemini, by the way. Okay, the Gemini chat model, add that, make sure 2.5 flash. Okay, that's it, and right now it will work. I just go to execute step. You can see that it actually goes with the text prompt, not the image prompt prompt, because the last message was hey. It's not a image prompt obviously, and it actually showing this thing in here as the output, hey. Okay, so right now as you can see that we're actually getting the text message in here, and in here we actually use a basic LLM chain, which is a large language model chain obviously, to actually kind of like give response to the user, by the way. And just kind of like select the text, and from here you can actually find the AI and just go with LLM chain. This will be here. Okay, basic LLM chain. In this case, like that's not the AI agent kind of this thing. It will actually only just give the answers basically. So just go with define below and just kind of like go with the text and just giving the text in here. That's all it is. Make sure you're actually giving the text from the text classifier, not the Telegram trigger, otherwise it will be just a little bit problematic for you. Okay, just that's it. I'm not adding any kind of prompt, that's all it is. And I'm just kind of like using the model as Gemini in this case. That's all it is. And I'm kind of like go with execute step, and it will actually kind of like come with a reply, hey there, how can I help you today, whatever. So then I'll just kind of like adding this thing or just sending this thing to my Telegram, or just so like I can just see the thing, the reply, and just go with Telegram. Okay, I just go with Telegram, and in here I just go with send a message as it is. Okay, send a text message. It's actually showing problem, by the way. So I just kind of like give numbers, random numbers, so that like it actually doesn't show any kind of problems. It says it executing the previous notes. Yeah, it actually listening for myself, by the way. I just go with hey. Okay, now it will just work perfectly. Okay, it's worked. Yeah, it's worked. So in here I have to give the chat ID and I have to give the text. So at the first I have to give the chat ID, and to do that I'll just go with the chat Telegram trigger, and I have to find the chat, and here's the ID. I just give this thing in the chat. Okay, and I need the text. The text will be the output from the basic LLM chain, which is this one. You can see that basic LLM chain actually giving this the response, hello, how can I help you today, whatever it is. Give this as a text, and at the last make sure you actually open the n8n attribution and kind of like turn off that. That's it, fine. Yeah, if I just go to like execute step, it will just work well, and you can see that it actually just giving the response, hello, or just how can I help you today, whatever it is. Okay, that's fine, isn't it? Okay, So right now, as I said, I will actually make that as a image generator agent, so that we have to just work with this thing. So that like I just again kind of like go with execute workflow, so that it actually, as you can see, it's actually listening. It says waiting for you response in the agent. I just go with generate a image where a person writing on his. I'm just going with send, and as you can understand that it will just work as like a image prompt, and you can see that actually choose this path, not this path. Yeah, so that it actually understand that that's an image prompt, and we actually just send this image prompt to a AI model. In this case, we can't use actually Gemini, because Gemini has no access to kind of like generate image. But yeah, you can actually use Gemini Vertex AI, but it's kind of very tricky in this case to use the Vertex AI, and you have to just go to Google console and just kind of like turn on everything from the starting, by the way, so that like we're actually using OpenAI directly to generate the image. And in here I'm just going with OpenAI. Yeah, that's the thing. And in here using actually by the DALL-E 3. Okay, so from here you can actually see the thing generate an image. Yeah, you can see that it can also analyze image and generate audio, transcribe recording, translate recording, lots of things it can do. But in this case we're just going with generate an image, and in here we have to just go with the resource. The resource will be obviously image, operation will be generate an image, and make sure the model is DALL-E 3. If you just use DALL-E 3, it will be just give the best image as possible. And in the prompt section, from the text classifier, we actually give the text. That's it. You can see the text. That's all it is. And add option, if you just add option, you can actually add like resolution and also the bunch of stuffs. So make sure to just go the resolution. I just go with this thing, and the quality standard will be fine. And if I just go and with HD, it will just go with HD. Okay, whatever it is. Like if you just go with now execute step, it's waiting for a response, by the way. Yeah, it's actually done. It says the file size is 1.46 MB. That's big. And if I just kind of open that, I will be see the image. Oh, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's dude like crazy. Okay, so right now we have to send this image to Telegram, and we have to just go with plus, and I'll just go with Telegram. And yeah, that's what Telegram is. And from here I'll just go with send a image. There's action, by the way, which is send a photo image. I guess it's actually behind my video. I'm sorry for that. Okay, send a photo message. Let's go with that. And you can see the operation is send photo, and the chat ID, we actually need the chat ID, by the way, schema. Just go with Telegram trigger and just go with the ID. That's all it is, sir. And make sure you just turn on the binary file, because actually the photo is in the binary format. Go with the binary, and make sure you actually give this thing as a name. Just control copy, and just this is actually, it's already said data. Okay, that's the data. Okay, that's it. Just go with execute step, and right now you can see that this image will be kind of like came here. It actually takes a little bit time, because the like the image is kind of like 1.46 megabyte. So, and also it's in what I'm saying, in kind of like binary file. Okay, so you can see that the image is super good and so much realistic. Writing something, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay, so that's how our agent will work. And if I just show you that it's actually done, by the way. Yeah, it's actually done. And if I just kind of like save that, and in here I just say that like image generator agent. Okay, and that's it, save. And if I just go and activate that, so right now I don't have to just come here again and kind of like go to execute workflow. I can actually just kind of like use that directly. For example, if I just say, hey, if it's not related with that prompt, it will actually give in the direct message like this: hey there, how can I help you today? If I need a image, it will actually give the image. If I just kind of like say something, I just go with like, what's the price of a Cybertruck? Okay, so it can actually just work with as image generator, and also it can work as like a text-based model. You can see that like it actually given all the informations by using the Gemini. Actually just it has access with the Google, so that's why it is work very well. And if I want to just go with like generate a image of a Cybertruck with zombies, kind of like this, and it will just take a little bit time, because we wanna just generate an image. And yeah, that's all the things, and soon you'll actually see an image in front of you. And before that, I want to save something, guys. I had given these 5 AI agent templates on the description, so all you have to do kind of like
go with this thing, yeah, and go with import from file after downloading, and just when you select a agent JSON file, it will be just automatically came here, okay, like this, whatever you choose. And the last, if you just like this video, make sure to give a like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, you know what, just if you just go to my channel, you can see there are lots of agent building videos, especially on n8n, make.com kind of this thing. I'm just working really hard on these topics so that like I can actually, you know, give free videos to people so that they can actually understand AI agents, this kind of stuffs. And yeah, like if you subscribe, inshallah you'll actually find more values, especially on the AI agent and AI fields. That's it guys, peace out. By the way, that's the final photo. Peace.